Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are creating a quiz from scratch using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And later I'll show you how to add this to your Blogger website. If you haven't watched the previous videos, you can watch them. I will leave the link of the playlist in the description of this video. So here we can see that right now we have this start button. And when we click on the start button, we have this screen for the quiz. And we have these questions and these options. And when we click on the next button, we have the result, and we can retake the quiz by clicking on this retake button. And when we click on this close button, the quiz ends. So that's our progress as of now. Now in this video, I'll show you how to display the questions that we add in our JavaScript to our quiz screen. So let's get started. Now first of all, I'll just change these buttons into radio buttons so that it'll be easier for us to track the answers of the user. So let's go ahead and go to index.html, and instead of these buttons we will add radio buttons. So I'll just delete all of these, and here we will add radio buttons. We'll just type input, and for the type we will type radio, and then we'll have an ID. So for the ID, we'll just type option 1, and later we're gonna remove everything from here and dynamically create all of these using JavaScript. But just for styling this, we will add this right now. So for the ID, we'll type option 1, and let's create a label, and the label will be for this option 1. So we have to add this ID over here. So we'll just type option 1, and for the label, we'll also give a class, and we'll give it a class of option, because we have already styled the option class over here in our CSS. So here we can see in our style.css we have some styles for the option, so we can reuse these styles in our label. So in our label, we'll just type the first option, and here we can see we have this label and we have this radio button. Now we don't want to display this radio button, so we'll just hide it using CSS. Even if you click on this label, this radio button will be selected because we have added this for, and we have set the ID of this input. So whenever we click on this label, this input will be selected. So I'll just copy this and paste it 2 more times. And for the next one, we will have ID of option 2, and then we have ID of option 3, and the type will be radio. And then for these labels, we will have option 2 and option 3. And here the next option we had was Google Chrome, and then we had Python over here. So let's display that, and here we can see all the labels are being displayed. We can click on any of these and the input of that label will be selected. Now we have a problem over here. We can select multiple radio buttons at once. Now we don't want that, so for that we can add another attribute over here in the input called name. So for the name, we'll just type option. Now you have to add the same name to all the inputs, so we'll just add it over here and over here. Now let's click on start quiz, and if we click on Java, we have this selected, and when we click on Google Chrome, the Java is deselected and we have Google Chrome selected. So in this way we can select just one of these options. Now let's go to our style.css, and we'll just hide these inputs. So here we will add a new selector, and we'll just type quiz container and options container, and we'll select all the inputs with the type of radio, and we'll just type display none. And now we can see that the radio button is not being displayed, but the label is being displayed, so we can see that it just looks like a button. Alright, now let's move on to our JavaScript, and I'll create the questions over here itself. So I'll just add a comment over here, and I'll just type questions. Now for the questions, we'll be creating an array of objects. So I'll just show you how to create that. We'll just create a constant, and we'll just name it questions, and we'll just create an array. So this is how you create an array in JavaScript. Now an array is basically a data structure that can store different things. So we can add things like question 1, question 2, and in this way we can store different items in an array. But we're going to store objects, so I'll just delete this, and to create an object you have to type curly brackets, and in that you have to have key value pairs. Now for the first data, we'll type question ID, and then you have to type colon. For the first question ID, we will type 0, and then we'll type question. This is the actual question. So for the first question, we'll type which of the following is a browser. So this is our question. Now let's add a comma, and we will add the options. Now for the options, we'll create an array. So this will be an array inside another array. So we'll just type options colon, and we'll have square brackets, and in that we'll create an object, and we'll just type option, and the first option is Java. In the same way, I'll just add a comma, and I'll just duplicate this 2 more times. The second option is Google Chrome, and the third option is Python. Now you can add more options if you want over here, but I'll just stick with 3 options. And that's it with the options. Now we'll just add a comma over here, and the next value that we want to have is the correct answer. So we'll just type correct answer, and the correct answer is Google Chrome. So just type that over here. Alright, and that's basically our first question. So we have the question ID. We won't be using this question ID in our code, but it is always a good idea to add IDs to whatever fields you have in your data. So we have the question ID, we have the question, and we have the options, and then we have the correct answer from the options. So this is basically how we're going to add questions for our quiz. So you can go ahead and create these objects and add as many questions as you want in your quiz. So I'll just quickly go ahead and add 2 more questions over here. So I'll just add a comma over here, and I'll just basically copy this and paste it over here. And I'll just fast forward this process. Now here for this question, we will have just 2 options, true and false. So I'll just type true and false over here, and I'll just remove the third one. And the correct answer is true. Right, so I have added 3 questions over here. You can add as many questions as you want in the same format. Now let me show you how to access these questions in our JavaScript code. So I'll just maximize this, and I'll just open the inspector, and let's go to console. Now here we can execute JavaScript code. So if you go back to our source code, here we can see we have this constant questions. So in that we have all the questions. So let's just type questions over here and press enter. And here we can see as a result we have 3 different items. So let's expand this. Here we have the 0th element, and it is this question number 1 with the ID of 0. We have the question and options and all of that. Then we have the first element, and we have all the details, and then we have the second element. So here we can see we have 3 questions, and if we go inside that, we can see we have the correct answer, we have the options. So we have 3 options over here. If you go inside the options, we can see all the options over here. So we have the option Java, Chrome, and Python, and then we have the question and question ID. So now let me show you how to access the questions inside that. So now let's go ahead and type questions, and let's access the first element. So I'll just type 0 over here. So now we have just 1 element displayed over here. So this is the question ID 0. We have the question over here. We have the options, correct answer, and the question ID. So now let's access the first question from here. So it is called question. So I'll just type questions, and we'll access the first element, which is the 0th element. And then here we will type question and press enter. And here we can see we have the first question being displayed over here. In the same way we can access the options. Now let's access the second option from the last question over here. So this is the last question. So we'll just type questions, and here we'll type 2, and then we have options, and we want to access the second option from that. So the first one is 0 and the second one is 1. So I'll just select 1, and then we will type option because it is inside the second option and it is called option. So let's type option and press enter, and we can see that the second option, which is false, is being displayed over here. So this is basically how you access these questions from our question array. Now we can use this knowledge to display our questions and options to our quiz. So let's close the console and let's go back to our code. Now since we are working with the main screen over here, I'll just go over here to index.html and I'll just add the active class over here by default. So let's go back to our main.js file and let's first of all display the question over here. So let's scroll down and here we'll create a function. So I'll just type display questions and the function will be named display questions, and I'll just type equals, and as the argument we want to pass the question number. So I'll just type q number over here and we'll just create an arrow function and let's call the function over here. So I'll just type display questions and we'll just type 0 as of now. So we have created this function and we are calling the function over here with this argument 0. So it will fetch the first question over here, and I just realized that our text is left aligned, so I'll just fix that. Alright, let's go back to our JavaScript and first of all let's display the question and later we'll display the options. So let's add a reference for this question. So let's go back to our index.html and here we can see we have this h2 with the class of question, and this is where we have the question. So I'll just remove this question from here and I'll just type test, and let's go back to our main.js file and let's reference this variable over here. So here I will just type const and we'll type question and it'll be equal to document dot query selector, and we'll just type question over here because we have the question class for this h2. So let's scroll down and here we will type question dot inner text, and we can type anything over here. So if I just type testing 1 2 3 and if I just save this, we can see that testing 1 2 3 is being displayed over here. Now we already know how to access the questions from our array, so let's go ahead and use that knowledge over here. So we'll just type questions, which is the array that we have over here, and we want to access the question number which is provided over here as an argument. So here we will type square brackets q number, and from that we need to access the question. So I'll just type question. Now if I save this, we can see that the first question is being displayed over here. Now if you want to display the second question, I'll just change this question number to 1 and we can see the second question is being displayed. Now to display the third question, we'll just type 2 over here and we can see that the third question is being displayed over here. Now that's basically how you access the questions from your question array and display them in your HTML. Now in the same way we can access the options and display them over here. So I encourage you to go ahead and try that on your own and see whether you are able to do that. So I'll just stop this video over here, and in the next video I'll show you how to display the options in your quiz, and we'll also see how to display the next question when you click on this next button. So that's it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.